Can you see Mount Fuji back there? Is it showing up? Some days you can actually see it pretty good from here. I don't know. And like the train coming towards, it's the stop before Inagi, I think it is, on the KO line. You can actually see Mount Fuji back there a little bit. Anyway, what do I want to talk about today? Well, you know, I feel like this whole, God, I want to like ramble a little bit more about this. Oh yeah, remember if you like the videos, like, subscribe, comment, share, support the channel. If you want, I appreciate it. Super chat, super like, PayPal, Patreon. Remember, if you donate to the channel, if you donate to the channel, it does help because I am talking to you on a cracked screen right now. Right after I made that last video, I dropped my phone and I cracked. The whole screen is cracked, but it's still working. I just, you know, left side of the phone is just, it's all smashed. Anyway, so I want to help support the channel because of that reason. So today I want to talk about, and I guess we could go look at that bridge a little bit there too. I want to talk about, like, is everything fake? Is anyone real anymore? And you know, I was thinking about that, of course, because of this, like, the combo thing too, right? You know, I can't believe motherfuckers talking about how they have amazing execution and they weren't even doing the combos real. Like, what the fuck of the point is that? As we look at a peaceful bridge in Japan. I like these little, well, I guess this isn't a bridge, or maybe it is a bridge, but I just think this looks cool. I like the peaceful things, right? You're like, Clayton, will you get to the fucking topic already? Very peaceful. Anyway. So, man, people aren't even doing shit real in fucking video games, all that kind of stuff. But also, you know, thinking about Japan and just life in general. And say like stuff like Instagram, you know, like filters and everything like that. Here's my question to you. How many people like are actually like real? So this sort of comes up because I was with a group of people recently, and you know, I'm pretty picky when it comes to girls, right? Which has probably helped keep me out of trouble, right? Me being picky and, you know, being sick in and out of the hospital all the time, that's probably helped me, because maybe I'd get into a lot of trouble with girls if I wasn't like that. But anyway, so I was with this group of guys and a girl, and they were talking. We're like, well, let's see if we can actually find you someone that you think is good looking, right? They went through their friends basically on Instagram. They're like, okay, well, what about this girl? Would you meet this girl with us? And I saw the Instagram and I was like, I guess she looks okay, I guess, right? So anyway, we meet, and this girl looks nothing like she looks in the pictures. And so, you know, we don't end up doing anything, you know, right? We just talked a very, very small amount. But man, I was like, dude, that wasn't, and afterwards I was like, dude, that wasn't just a filter. I'm like, she looks like a totally different person. Not even a real person. Like, I don't think there was anything real. Like, just completely fake. And then, you know, I guess the firm's like, oh, yeah. Well, she photoshops everything, of course. And it's kind of like, well, what do you mean she photoshops everything? Like, she's not even the same person, right? And I just, you know, I think about that sometimes because, again, to talk about looks a little bit. You know, I'm not above, you know, I have a filter on sometimes. Like, you know, sometimes, you know, Instagram puts like little filters on your faces or something. Like, I do that sometimes, but like Photoshop, and even the filters that I use, which is not even all the time. And if you actually look at my pictures, the most famous pictures of me, when my pictures were being stolen all over the internet, were not filters or anything like that. And obviously, if you see the YouTube, you can see what I look like with a webcam, you know. Obviously, there's no filter there or anything like that. But, you know, the most famous pictures of me, there's not even a filter. Nothing. I don't wear makeup or anything like that. You know what I mean? So, and I think about, man, I'm still old, and, you know, I still have people that think I'm young, all that kind of. It's like, I just feel constantly, am I like one of the only real people there is? You know, I don't Photoshop my pictures or any shit like that, you know. Even like, say, the body stuff, people thought I faked my health stuff, all this kind of stuff, or I've taken steroids, all this kind of stuff, which of course I did recently start TRT, but, you know, before any of that, nothing, right? And so, It's like, am I one of the only real people? You know, I've lived my life to such like a honest, you know, honest to a fault kind of thing, and I'm just constantly disappointed by things, right? And which was also kind of funny because I was also hanging out with some other girls recently, some cuties, and we traded Instagram then with them. And these girls, they were like the exact opposite though. And all their Instagram, they were so filtered in all these like silly filters that I'm like, oh my God, like if I saw this girl on Instagram, I would actually be unattracted to her because there were so many filters. It was ridiculous. So there it goes both ways. These little girls, whatever, you know, that I was talking to, I was like, oh my God, like, well, I didn't say that to them, you know, when I was looking at their Instagram, but I was like, I wouldn't even be attracted to them looking at their Instagram because it's so fake looking. It's not cool, right? Now, again, don't get me wrong. Some people, obviously, like that other girl I talked about before, she looks better when she's photoshopped, which sounds terrible. And actually, even come to think of it, there's this one girl, some kind of model girl that I follow on Instagram, and I was like, oh my God, who is this girl? She looks so fucking hot, right? Fake as fuck, but sometimes you can look fake as fucking hot way, right? Like, she looks like she's had surgery out the gazoo, but very attractive, right? But then once I saw like videos of her, I was just like, oh, Jesus, like nothing is real. I don't know. So I guess my question is to you, how many people are actually fake? How many people use a little bit of filters on Instagram? How many people just straight up Photoshop their shit? Like, and don't get me wrong, like, you know, I feel like, you know, God, I'm always getting older and older, and it feels like it's harder and harder to, you know, keep myself looking a little bit of young. And, excuse me, you know, I also said that, it's kind of interesting. So I suppose that I've actually gotten some nice sunsets here before. Excuse me, I posted, actually there's a good sunset place over there too. But I got one where there's a sunset and you could like see a plane flying above there. It's pretty cool. But you know, an interesting thing, even think about being fake and like surgery and shit like that, or fillers or Botox. I've actually said before, I can actually get oh, you can hear me, I'm kind of fatigued, right? That's the life of a sick person, like I said. Just because you're in another country doesn't mean that I'm suddenly not sick or whatever. But you know, for the chronic migraines and everything like that, I can actually get free Botox and all that kind of stuff. But with my luck, I've always been afraid that, oh, I'm going to be one of those people that the Botox won't make me look young. It's going to make me not be able to move my face and I'm going to look like a freak or some shit like that. So I don't know. You know, I've been thinking about, I don't know. I just keep on thinking about sometimes, like, I'm the only fucking real person. I don't even know. Like, just like, you know, I talk about, I have a friend who does, like, is trying to become a streamer and everything like that. And I see how some of these streamers act, and they almost like make fake drama just for like views. And it's just, and I've also seen some people will say stuff on stream purposely, and they'll say something on stream, but it's then when they turn off the camera, they act a total different way. And to me, it's just so disingenuous. It's like, I don't want to be a part of it. Even my friend, I've seen him say stuff on stream that he won't say once the camera's off. And I'm like, if you're going to say anything even remotely like this during the stream, I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to be any part of any kind of like bullshit. You know, I just, and you could say I'm just an extreme person when it comes to, you know, lying and all this kind of stuff. I just don't want to be part of it. I guess you could say because maybe my word is some of the only value I have in life. Maybe I don't have, like, you know, all this huge disposable income to be a worthy person, maybe to others or something like that. You know, I don't know. I've just been feeling I also have been feeling a little bit angry about how sick I've been this trip. Very disappointing. You know, I took this trip because, well, obviously I like Japan, but I had, like, you know, travel credits and everything like that. And they had to be used by the end of the year, so there's an excuse anyway to use it, and I haven't done any traveling this year, so it's like, well, I got to use it. So, but of course, you know, this trip is as all trips, has not gone exactly as planned, but you know, I was just feeling kind of like angry that you know, I think about all the people that lie about me and all this kind of stuff, and it's like even when I am traveling, I'm still dealing with all this health stuff. I'm sick all the time. I mean, there was I felt really angry. I think it was it a couple days ago. I was running to find a bathroom because I was about to get sick again, and man, I passed by these two super cuties, and I was just like, you know what? And it's rare for me to meet someone that I think is actually cute, or see someone that actually kind of motivates me to go talk to. And it's like, this is my life. I actually see a couple girls I think are cute, but I'm running to go find a bathroom to get sick in, because that is the life that I live. And I feel pretty angry about that, especially, you know, just thinking about, I don't know, I just cannot believe motherfuckers like, and again, I'll just say, that can't believe James Chen, dude. That motherfucker asking me for help when I've been in the hospital. And then he can't even say my name on stream. And now I saw him blabbering about how he has amazing execution, but he cheats. But he's only mildly cheating, so it's okay. And I'm like, the whole entire video game community is just so fake to me. I guess just life in general, when I think about it, just is I feel very disillusioned with life. Like, life is not, when I think about life, I don't see little glimpses of the brighter side. It's only getting life is only getting darker and darker. It's only getting worse when I see stuff like this, and I'm like, what is going on? You don't even do it for real? This entire time I've been saying that I don't have good execution, and now, oh yeah, well, of course I've always cheated. And then, you know, I was talking, I guess he doesn't want me to mention his name, but I was talking to a guy, and he's like, oh yeah, TWZ or TZW. And he's like, well, you didn't hear it from me, but yeah, I've been to his arcade in Japan, or maybe he had an arcade in Japan. I don't know if he still does, but I think he said he's either playing at his arcade or he played on his machine, whatever it was. And he was saying, oh, well, you didn't hear it from me, but his machine actually has a turbo fire button underneath the cab or something like that. And I was like, what? And again, in the grand scheme of things, I guess you could say that using a rapid fire or something like that is not as bad as actually having combo buttons and macroing everything and then wanting execution credit. Like, I mean, that's the worst, right? It's one thing to cheat, but then to ask for like the execution credit when you didn't actually do it, that's the worst part, I guess. And then of course these dudes, you know, profiting off of it and everything like that. It's just very disappointing. But yeah, so I guess that guy isn't doing it. And then he's like, oh, NKI, he used to have special controller to do stuff. But again, I guess I never really thought of him as like being a huge combo guy. But I guess thinking about it, he was a player and he did do some old school Street Fighter stuff. But whatever the case, it's like, God, I just think about this shit and it's like, man, I'm just so much better than everybody else. I don't know, dude. I feel so disillusioned by all this stuff. But anyway, how fake are you? That's the question for today. Leave it in the comments. Are you a fake? Or are you just a little bit fake? Do you mildly cheat in life? Or really cheat? Speaking of like cheat, I need a new passport. So this is what I've been thinking. I do need a new passport. I might cheat a little bit. For the passport. What do you think? It can make me a little bit more pretty. Maybe I'll cheat for my passport. Anyway, I don't know, dude. Extremely disillusioned by video games. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share. Or video games and life. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share. Support the channel if you want. Appreciate it. Thanks. It does help. Well, remember, I got the OnlyFans too. If you ever want to sign up to the OnlyFans. It's not gay, right? Maybe only a little gay. But anyway, that's it. The end.